Hello, Cobra fans. I am Mackenzie Martin, and welcome back to another episode of Cobra Corner. Today we have head men's soccer coach Michael Antoniewicz and senior men's soccer player Adam Kennedy. How are you guys?
Yeah, doing good. Thank you. What about you?
Good. Adam?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. So, Reese, what kind of questions do you have for them today?
So, Mike, we're kind of a crazy time here with intercollegiate athletics, dealing with the coronavirus pandemic. Starting up practice here soon. What are your kind of expectations for practice? And
it's something that we're all very excited to get back. Obviously, last time we've been all able to be together on the field was back in March. So it's been a long time, and we've been having a couple of meetings over the last few days. When we found out the news, we can start practice again on Wednesday. And for us, the message we're sending out to the guys is pre-season starts now for our season that's going to be in the spring. So it's something we're working towards, a goal, goals and ambitions that we have in the spring season. And the guys are looking forward to it. We're all going to be on the same wavelength. The guys are motivated, they're itching at the bit to try and get out on the field and start getting ready right away.
Adam, during this whole COVID pandemic, how did you manage to stay in shape? Were your workouts different? Did they stay the same? How were they?
Well, to be honest, it's sort of, I had to alter it a bit. It was mainly endurance based. We were trying to keep our fitness levels up, trying to keep our muscular endurance and our cardiovascular as well. There was not many weight rooms open back home, especially. The gyms were closed, so we had to do what we can with the stuff we have and walk outside.
so, Mike, I couldn't help but notice on your social media you starting doing some 9-round fitness workouts. How have those been going? You staying in shape yourself?
Yeah, it's been going good. It's been going good. Obviously, during these times, I did a lot of reflection on myself as a coach, as all the players started to do a lot of that as well. And you can only look at soccer games so much. You'll start tearing your hair out after looking back on the games, maybe what you could have done, what you should have done, all this different kind of stuff. So just thought about doing something different. And now the guys know that they can't step out of line because now I'm doing the kickboxing now. So I love it. It's good. It's something that I've been doing every morning, and I want to keep showing the guys that I can keep doing it as well.
Another challenge for you as a coach was kind of recruiting, but obviously a lot of Zoom calls, I'm sure, but you still had a lot of success recruiting. A lot of newcomers, a lot of transfers on this year's team. Kind of, how did you take a different approach this year to recruiting than normal, or how did that work out?
Yeah, we were very fortunate. A lot of our recruiting was done around about April time, when the coronavirus started to really affect us in terms of what we can do, what we can't do. But super excited about the talent that we have coming in, that we have in this year. Some boys have had to stay home due to other circumstances, so they'll be coming to us in the spring as well. But there were some challenges, of course, but whether it's face-to-face, whether it's a Zoom call like this, we try to make sure we let our recruits know what we're all about here at Cobra Men's Soccer, and what our goals and ambitions are, what our core values are as a program, and still try to get to know them as much as possible. It was actually kind of cool. Obviously, when you're in a visit kind of situation, you'll have the parents involved. The kids can be maybe a little bit more shy and nervous, but kind of in this kind of setting, they can open up a bit more. And I found it ways that I can learn more about our recruits, what they do with their personal life, what their goals and ambitions are. It was something I actually liked. I got to know them actually a little bit more through conversations like this, and really happy with the group that we have this year. Great kids. They're all got the same mindset, same goals as what we do, and really excited to see them get on the field next week.
Well, speaking of recruiting, Adam, so we found out that before coming to Coker, you played at Georgia Military College.
Yeah.
So what made you want to transfer to Coker, and how big of a role in the recruiting process did Coach Antoniewicz have?
Well, to be honest, the coach, there was near enough everything to do with the recruiting. He was very adamant to try and get me. He sold the program very well. I came and visited. He was very pleasant whenever he took my family around the place, showed them, making them feel welcome. It was just a really good vibe about the place. I really enjoyed it. So then, and I was looking at the program. I was really looking forward to joining the program and the bunch of lads that I had met up with. So that he had a real big influence on coming to Coker.
That's awesome.
So going back to last season, this is really a question really to both of you, but we'll start with Mike. There's a lot of thrilling victories last year. I mean, upsetting Lander, beating Carson Newman in the SAC tournament. Was there one special moment that you kind of look back on and say that was the game of the season?
I think looking back as the whole season as a whole, there was so many good moments for our guys. It was a roller coaster season. We were feeling we were at high of the highs at one point in the season, and we went through some rough couple of weeks where we went on a 5-game losing streak during that time, but then we picked it back up and won 3 or 4 games in a row to the tail end of the season. So it was a massive roller coaster, and it was the good thing for me seeing with our guys is after the first game of the season, we suffered a rough defeat to Francis Marion, who were a fantastic team, and we were going through the hurricane and having to not practice for a while and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of things were against us going into the game, and we had a really, really good conversation together as a group, individually with our leaders on the team, and collectively as a group, and kind of saying, okay, this was our first step to try and make for our first competitive game. Didn't go our way. How are we going to respond to that? And then we went on, and out of the 8 of the last 7 games after that, we won, and then lost a tough double overtime game to Wingate. That was a really good moment for myself. And then once again, going back to the middle of the season, went on a rough stretch of 5 games, losing, all super tight games. And I couldn't really complain about a lot of the performances in that 5-game losing streak. And it's very easy for guys to put their head down. And really, we were at the point when we lost to Francis Marion the second time in double overtime. We were saying to the guys going into the LMU game, okay, playoffs start now. We need to win against LMU, then we need to win against LR, and then we need to go into the playoffs and beat whoever we did. And the guys showed a lot of mental toughness. Everyone was on the same page. Everyone bought into it. And from the bottom guys on the roster through the staff to the top guys on the roster, everyone played their part, and it was something really good to see in that kind of that family atmosphere that we want to create in this program. The guys really leaned on each other and fed off each other in terms of the energy and the goals and ambitions that we had, and really kicked on and achieved some great results through the season.
Adam, would you probably say that was, the victory of the season for you as well?
Yeah, I'd say so. The victory of the season for me was the quarterfinals against Carson Newman. After losing to them in 1-0, I think it was, in the regular season, to then beating them 5-1 at their home turf was a great win for us. Like, it was a great lift for us then towards the end of the season. It just showed that it all came together for the last three games of the season. We dug deep and we got the wins that we needed to.
Newcomers this year, a lot of transfers. What can we expect from them, and how big of a role will they play in this year's team success?
Yeah, the 2 things going into this season that I believe are going to be deeper. We're going to have more players that can contribute to our program, and I feel with that we're going to be more competitive in our team as well. There's going to be a lot more spots that are going to be up for grabs in terms of there's going to be 2 good players and 2 or 3 good players in every position. And I believe that will help us find another level, because when you're training at that competitive level, day in, day out, week in, week out, and you know that there's someone on the back of your heels wanting to take your spot, those players that have that starting spot are going to look to keep that high level as well. That's something I'm really, really excited about, and something every year I want to keep making this program stronger, deeper, and more competitive, so it gives us that chance of wanting to achieve our goals and compete for championships nationally and within the conference.
Adam, what are some of your goals for the season as a player? Stepping into this senior position, do you have different goals or different outlooks for the season?
Well, it's going to be the same as what it was really last season, is to try and get that conference championship and develop as a player. I'm a captain this year, so I need to take on more responsibility. If the teams aren't performing, we need to try and get everyone on the same wavelength.
What was one thing in particular that was good for you, whether you get something you got better at, whether it be a video game or you're just a better cook, like Coach Garrett Lindquist mentioned, he's a better cooker now. He can make healthy foods. His diet's improved. What good thing came out of coronavirus for each of you?
A couple of things for me. My golf game has definitely got a lot better. Shout out to Coach Stark as well, Sam Starr, for the free coaching as well. He's able to help my game as well. I'm still got maybe 1 year left of another sport of eligibility, so I'm pushing for that spot on the team maybe for next year. If he could afford me, of course, I'm going to expect a high scholarship. But other than that, is reflection as a coach as well was massive for me, especially after my first year of being a head coach. Being able to use that time, because if the spring was still going ahead and the summers where recruiting and camps were still going ahead, you're still going 100 miles an hour. You've got something going every day. So use these 3-4 months to really take a step back and reflect on my performance as a coach and what we did as a program, what went right, what went wrong, and was able to do a lot of reflecting that I think is going to prepare us as a program, prepare myself even better to hopefully find new levels for the future.
And your 9-round fitness workouts as well.
And the 9-round fitness workout as well. Yeah. It's something I'm enjoying as well.
Adam, what are some things that you picked up during this time?
To be honest, mine was the same as coach, golf. There was not much things opened up back home, but golf was one of them. So me and my father, we've had a good few rounds of golf, and we definitely got a lot better at it. And then as a player, it allowed me to focus more on myself, like technically and physically wise. So just being able to focus on myself, like ball work, control and stuff like that there, to prepare myself for whenever I come in working with a team. I don't have to worry about that outside of training as well.